Most ski resorts rely on snowmaking, an industry in Colorado which uses 2.2 billion gallons of water annually, though only accounts for 0.05% of water use there. The Rocky Mountains have been experiencing an ongoing snow drought this season. The problem lies in the snowpack, which has shrunk 40% since the 1980s. About 75% of people on the West Coast rely upon it for their water. The resorts are required to self-regulate and report to the local government, but short-term water use may not be sustainable as the climate continues to change and the West experiences increasingly severe droughts. The 2022 Winter Olympics in Beijing will likely use exclusively man-made snow, an operation that will use 49 million gallons of water. The proposition is under fire for being unsustainable, even though 80% of man-made snow ends up re-entering the water cycle. Some resorts use a chemical additive to make it easier to blow snow in warmer, more humid temperatures, which doubles as a fertilizer, but little is known about its long-term effect. Some understaffed resorts have snowmakers work alone. Some even have to travel between snow guns by sledding on shovels. This is an example of the poor treatment of the over 67,000 employees who power the $3 billion industry controlled by Vail Resorts, Alterra Mountain Company, Powder, and Boyne Resorts. Vail is notorious for ruining resorts. It inflates prices and makes its mountains harder to access, fuels classism and elitism in skiing, and mistreats its employees. For example, a weekday one-day lift ticket at Breckenridge, Colorado costs $188, but that does not account for food, transportation, or rental equipment. Equipment is expensive and does not include the privilege necessary to be able to take a trip up to the mountains. This exclusive culture is entrenched in appropriation. It takes place on national forest land which was annexed from indigenous peoples. It also perpetuates racist standards that keep BIPOC off the mountain while white teens blast hip-hop and smoke marijuana in between runs. Modernly, skiing and snowboarding is largely inaccessible to underserved, impoverished communities due to hundreds of years of systematic oppression. At the end of the day, mountain snow sports are dying out due to climate change. Irresponsible snowmaking practices with little foresight will likely have drastic consequences in the near future, while classism, elitism, and systematic oppression keep BIPOC off the mountain, and while a monopolized industry consistently mistreats its employees.